Like, it's not that hard.
Yeah, I'll go. So, hold on. That's what someone else. So is gonna be that if you look at the sky in dawn and dusk, for example, it's very clearly not blue there. You know? I don't know.
But that's not really the sky, though.
That is the sky.
Why is it the sky whenever that's literally just space? I think that's whenever the sun is leaving, because we only see the sky whenever the sun is actually out to produce light
We
that
can.
bounces our eyes.
I mean, dusk. You see the sun.
But it's not completely there, though, is it?
I mean, yeah, in some cases. Depends on how far to dawn or dusk you are, but there are points in dusk where, in fact, the sun is fully blue and the sky is not blue.
Why is it not blue?
Because it's like reds and yellows.
Yeah, but that's only whenever it's actually going down and it's starting to get darker. We just don't see the blue, but it's still there, so the sky would be blue still. What is that mic sound, though? Like, it sounds like somebody's just, like, clapping.
Yeah, that's repellent.
Oh, repellent, stop fucking you, bitch.
Hold on, so what are you defining as the sky?
I'm defining whenever it's daytime out and whenever it's still blue out. Like, so,
Hold on,
whenever it's
but
daytime out, we can see the actual blueness of the sky, alright?
hold
Because
on,
there's
but
light there for it.
the sky during the day. Like,
No.
because you're saying that's the only time when it's the sky. Also, it's pretty self-referential because you're saying this it's sky when it's blue, but you're arguing for why the sky is blue. So that's self-referential.
What? Okay, repeat that. I did not understand a single thing you just said.
So you said, if I recall, like when it's daytime and we can still see the blueness in the sky. That's how you're defining
Yeah.
what the sky.
Yeah, so the blueness will still always be there. We just don't
Because
have a light to reflect off of it, but it's still blue.
yeah, I don't think that's the case.
Why do you think that opposite?
Well, for one, our for one, that just doesn't change. That one, you said only
You're cutting
the
out a
sky.
lot. You're cutting out a lot, Saul.
Hold on, let me cut off my Wi-Fi and use my data. If the data ends up being worse, I'll just go unplug my brother's Xbox so he stops using it. So I just don't think your definition of what the sky is works. Because you're saying part of it is it's the sky when it's bright out and we can see its blueness. Right? That's a direct quote from you.
Yes. So the
That's
blue is still no. Like, listen to this. The blue is still there. We just don't see it. And whenever it becomes daytime, it becomes the sky. Like, whenever you think of the sky, you think of like a star, the sun, and blueness. Do we agree?
I don't agree.
Why?
I think of that whenever somebody says I think of that whenever somebody says the daytime sky, but whenever I think of the sky in general, I just think of
Yeah, but whenever you
the
look at this, hold on. Wait, hold on. What were you gonna say?
well, my point that I was originally leading to was that your point is self-referential because you're arguing for the sky being blue, but your definition inherently relies on it being blue. Because you're saying it's only the sky when it's blue.
No, it's still blue out. We just don't see it, and we don't see the blueness until there's actually like light to shine upon the blueness. Like, hold on, I lost track of what I was going to say originally. Yeah, so whenever this says, it says just directly the sky, right? Like the case file template just says the sky, right?
Yeah.
All right, and then it's asking, is the sky is blue? It says that, right? So it's referring to just a daytime sky. So that daytime sky would be blue.
If you look below it, it says the topic statement, the sky is blue, write the topics as statements that are agreed with, disagreement, or agreed with or disagreed with for the purpose of formality. So, well, the template says the sky is blue. What it really is trying to say is the sky blue?
But we have never agreed on whether it's a question or not.
Well, I just don't think that your definition of the sky really holds up, because as well, hold on. How do we define the sky? Like, what is the sky?
What?
Because, like, is the sky the atmosphere above us, or is it just the general area above Earth that we see?
I think that's
Because
the atmosphere.
I don't
Because
know.
space isn't technically a sky, considering that I can face any way and any direction would be up. So there is really no sky in space.
As well,
Did you say something before? Because if so, you cut out like the entire time.
no, hold on. If we look at evidence C for the negative case, you can see that it, supposes that there's very clearly violet light in the sky.
Wait, I just don't agree with that.
What?
Because this is arguing for the perception of humans in mind. Because, well, any animal is only going to be able to see the blue sky. Because, well, I mean, if you're not living, then you don't have any perception anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, whenever we perceive that it's blue, yeah, that's what we're arguing for in this.
So then, what about other creatures that can't see the color blue?
Then they would just see it as nothing. It wouldn't be the sky in their perception.
See it as a different color, because the sky
Oh, we're
contains.
not arguing for that. We're arguing for like a general thing, which is blue. Except for things that are like under the sea, but they don't count because they can't come up to see it anyways.
Hold on, I'm getting confused. So, what exactly is your argument?
My argument is that the sky is the atmosphere above us. We perceive the sky as blue, and so as it's talking about a general sense, is the sky blue? And in a general thing, the sky is blue. That is our perception of it.
So you're basically arguing that because we perceive it as blue, it's blue?
No, this is saying, is the sky blue? And in a general sense, the sky is blue to other living creatures on Earth. And, I mean, yeah.
So you're basically saying, like you just said, because it is perceived as blue, it is.
Yeah, there is. I mean, how else would you argue for it against it? Like, If it's received as blue, it produces blue light, then it is just blue.
But there's many different colors in the sky.
Yeah, but we
Just
don't perceive
hold
those.
on, hold on. It's just we only see blue because of how our eyes can see the scattered light, and also because there are points in the day where we can very clearly still see the full sun in the sky, where the sky is not blue.
Yeah, so I still think that blue is there. Actually, I actually brought that up earlier.
But
Said that the
if
blue was still there in the sky.
by that,
It's getting darker out.
no, I'm talking about when it's like red and yellow in the sky.
Yeah, and that's what I said. There was still a blue there. We just couldn't see it because it was still getting darker out. The sun was going down.
I think that there's still the red and yellows in the sky. It's just it's brighter, so we can't see them during the full day.
I don't think so.
Can you substantiate why?
Yeah, I already substantiated why. The blue is still there, right? So even if the yellow and whatever color is there, the blue is still there, and that is still the main color of the sky because that is how it is for a majority of the day. And that's
I
also
don't think that you can assert just because it's the main color that's the only color. I don't think it's saying what color is the sky mainly. It's we're supposed to be arguing for what color is the sky. And
yeah.
since and rather whether or not the sky is blue. The presence of other colors in the sky, even if you can't see them all the time, would inherently mean that it's not blue.
Oh, but we do perceive it as blue, so
But there's still many, many, many different colors in the sky. It's actually
yeah. But we're not arguing for that. We're arguing for our perception of the.
we are. Where in the template is it saying we see the sky as blue?
Because this is arguing for is the sky blue or not.
Yeah, but existence isn't only determined by what we see. There is certain things like objective natures that are behind it. Like just because I can't see your organs doesn't mean that they aren't there when I can't see them, for example. Like you're arguing based off of
Yeah,
what
but
we
that
perceive
doesn't. But that's
rather
not
than
really
what
proving that it's any other colors there. Like I could just completely disagree and say that's just the sunlight, and that's not actually what colors are in the sky, and that the only color in the sky is blue.
no, there it's
Why?
pretty clear 'cause all light in the sky comes from the sun.
But
All
why?
light in the sky.
Like I argued earlier that the blueness was still there even without the sun. Like it was just no light to shine upon it to show us that it's blue.
That's I don't think that's how that works.
But
Evidence A, the affirmative evidence pool, is that blue sky is scattered more than other colors. I can actually use that against you to prove, since the light is scattering, the blue light is scattering, and that's how we're seeing it.
yeah, I already like.
That means that it's not inherently blue.
But it is though because well,
It's not.
yeah. So that's what I actually said. There is still blueness in the sky. We just
I
don't
dis-
see it until light shines upon the blue.
I disagree. I don't think that's how color works.
Why?
Because item, whatchamacallit, we see the color of things based on how much light is absorbed from the pure light. So, like, for example, all light shines from the sun, at least all light that we have in the day, natural light, that is, and it's all color. The only reason why we see the light in the sky as blue is because the blue is scattering the most visibly. But it's not because there's anything inherently blue about the sky. The light is the blueness is from the light from the sun being scattered around the most visibly, as stated by affirmative evidence A.
All right. So I think that like I said before, like, right, I'm going to say this. I think that is even blue at nighttime.
Yeah, I just
Yeah, I think it is because I can still see blue during the nighttime, and yeah, I still perceive that it's blue out during nighttime.
I
Like I can
perceive
still see
the
blue in the sky.
sky as black.
Why?
What do you mean why? Why do you perceive the sky at night as blue?
Oh yeah, because it's always blue during the daytime, and well, I mean, I just think that in the perception of human mind, and since it is blue during daytime or whatever, that it is just a darker shade of blue at night
I don't
because
think
there
so.
is no light to shine through the blueness that makes it brighter.
Because I don't believe that blue I don't believe that there's anything inherently blue about the sky because as our judge
Why
has
do you perceive it as blue?
hold on,
Like that is the general
hold on,
perception.
hold on. Before you cut me off, let me finish my statement. Because as our judge said earlier, we are presupposing that the evidence provided in this case file is true. So that means that the evidence which I've been using, i.e., that the sky is many different colors and that there's lots of different colors of light, but the air itself isn't colored inherently. It's just
But
a
why?
that the light passes through. Okay, so if you look at the negative case evidence A, you can see what I mean.
Oh
Basically,
wait, hold on. You guys made me judge? Oh,
yeah,
was I supposed? Okay, dude, that's fine. Wait. So can you guys? What was your initial argument? Dar, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was your initial argument?
What was my initial argument? That the sky is well, I mean, yeah, the sky is just basically blue, and I argued that the atmosphere is the sky because there is no up or down in space, so we can't really call anything in space a sky.
Wait. Okay. Okay. Cool. So Skull, what was your response to this?
my argument is basically that the sky isn't inherently blue because it is only a medium for light to pass through, and depending on the time of day, we see different portions of light more clearly. So, for example, if you look at dawn or dusk, when the sky is like a mixture of
Word. Okay, yeah, I understand. What was your response to this?
Wait. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
oh yeah. So I
So,
just argued. Wait, hold on. What was this? What part was this on?
huh?
I wasn't listening. I did not listen to what Skull was saying. What?
Okay,
What?
Skull is basically saying that the sky isn't like actually blue. It's just like we perceive light differently depending on the time of day. He's saying, okay, we perceive the light coming from the sky as blue in the day or something, and in the night we perceive it as a different color. So it's not like the sky itself isn't actually blue. That's what Skull is saying. So what's your
well,
response?
Oh yeah, I said that because there was no actual light to shine through a darker shade of blue, that it wouldn't become a lighter shade of blue. So that's why that night sky is actually just darker blue.
Oh, oh
um
okay.
yeah,
Skull, what's your response to this?
I was getting to addressing that.
Wait, just give me a second. Just give me. You can address it. Like Dar, I just want to be clear. Are you calling the darker blue? Are you calling like the light at night dark blue or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Skull, you can respond.
Okay, so basically that argument entirely just hinges on assuming that your case for the sky being inherently blue is true. Because you're saying that because there's no light to make the sky a lighter color of blue, but it's just dark. But for that argument to be true, it would need the sky to be blue, which I just disagree with.
Oh yeah.
For
My response to that is that in our perception, the sky is blue, right? Like, do we agree that just by our perception, the sky is blue? Like, whenever I look outside, it's blue out, right?
Skull.
What?
Yeah. So he's basically saying that in our perception, the sky is blue. So yeah, you can respond to this.
I just did. I said no. I don't think the sky is always blue. I don't perceive the sky as being always blue.
Oh, are you saying about the dusk time or whatever?
Well, there's that, and there's nighttime with
Yeah,
whatchamacallit.
I already argued
No,
for the time
well,
being a
first of all, there's moonlight at night. I think you're forgetting about
yeah,
that.
that is also a darker color than the sky, sun.
I think that the sky I perceive at night as black. That's what I perceive it. When I look outside at night, I see it as either black or like gray because of clouds, but that's not really the sky.
Oh
But
yeah, I just think it's a very dark shade of blue.
I don't think so.
Why?
I think there
What is
is
that?
You're a dickhead, Skull.
what?
Think about what he asked you and why that doesn't make sense. Why he wouldn't be able to ask you. That's fucking retarded.
Wait, what did he even ask him? I was not paying attention. That's my bad.
He goes, I think the sky is a dark shade of blue. He goes, I
Yeah.
don't think so. And he goes, why?
I did not hear him say why.
Yeah, you were about to answer it.
Okay, now you know that he said why. So yeah, you can answer it.
That's not unfair. That's not the part that I was confused of.
It's just you came out of nowhere, distracting me, and I lost my train of thought. Why I don't think the sky is blue at night. I just don't see it blue. I mean, we're trying to argue from perception, which I already
Yeah, but
disagreed with. I already disagreed earlier with our perception being the basis that we should go on. I believe that inherently, regardless of the sky isn't blue. But regardless of that, I don't really believe that the sky is blue at night. I don't see it as blue. When I look up, I don't see the color blue. I see the color black. I don't.
why? Like, do you know how dark blue can get? Like, it's still considered blue even if it's like extremely dark.
Yes, I
the
know.
color blue at day.
What?
The sky changes colors. What about at daytime?
We already
Okay,
argued.
wait, and let's not interject here. But anyways, Skull, what's your response?
Hold on, let me just make sure again. So what was the question, Dar?
Oh, I said, do you know how dark blue can get? That's still just technically blue, even if you perceive it as black. Like, the general perception of the sky is that it's blue. And you even argued on perception in one of your arguments, like you perceived it as something.
I mean, I was sort of scanning. My original, regardless, it was that in an argument that you whatchamacallit, admit that you haven't addressed fully, by the way, was that the sky just inherently, regardless of perception, isn't blue because
Can I ask why to that?
I mean, yeah, and I referred to wait, Best Buy. I remember mentioning Repellent as the judge, and then he made us go through everything, and then we got onto this bit about perception when I was trying to steer away from that earlier.
You can literally just ask, or you can literally just like repeat the argument on why you think the sky is not blue regardless of perception.
Okay, so basically, my argument for why the sky isn't blue, regardless of how we perceive it as blue or not blue, is that the sky itself, like according to our case file, we are assuming everything in here is true for the sake of the debate, in multiple places states that the color in the sky is dependent on what light is scattering through it. So basically, um,
Oh,
the light,
okay.
the sky itself doesn't have any inherent color. The light,
What?
what is
No, no,
scattering?
no. Yeah.
What was like? I heard you, Skull, but
I
what was
wasn't saying anything.
you just
I
said?
was no, I wasn't saying anything. I said, I mean, I was about to say, Dar, what's your response to this?
Yeah. So
Um,
Dar, you there?
yeah, I have to think of your argument again because I forgot in that time frame.
his argument is basically that it just seems blue, but like our perception doesn't matter because like it's literally just like light scattering throughout the sky, and light itself, he's saying, doesn't inherently have
No,
like.
what he said, the sky
Uh,
is what he said was is he goes, the sky is color is dependent on what the colors are scattered through the stratosphere, and
no,
how the hues like play out. This is what he's saying. Right? He's saying that it's based off of that, therefore not having an inherent color, but based off something external. So you can't say it's a color. You can't say it's the color you're referring to based off of something external when it itself in a vacuum wouldn't have something like that.
wait, Jay, I don't think that's what he's saying because he said that like
But
light it doesn't have a color.
Yeah,
no,
he
I
Yeah.
said he said how what you call it? He said how the colors scatter through, but that's based on light. You know that, right?
yeah, my
I
Jay pretty
mean,
summed up my
Yeah.
argument.
So white light scatters into like because white is the culmination of all colors.
didn't he say that the sky itself doesn't have a color? Wait, okay, yeah.
He's saying the sky itself does not have an inherent color,
Oh, word. Okay,
but
yeah.
the color changes dependent um on what you call it, dependent on how the colors are scattered. So like stuff like gray, it could have like a gray tinted some places. It can go orange
Yeah.
based on the position of the sun. You can have blue
Yeah.
like that. He's talking about that type of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so Dar, what's your response to this?
Yeah. So mm, I was gonna use the basic thing. The sky itself, like the actual color of the sky, is just blue. But whenever we get different colors shining through, it appears as different color, but it is still always blue.
Mm.
Mm.
Um,
What?
but
what?
now where what's it called? I think it gets summed up by his like earlier argument. So Dar earlier mentioned that apparently like dark blue was somehow heavier. So like whenever light scattered, like blue, there would still always be like a tint of blue in there. So he basically categorized, and this was like not to like to me
Isn't
never
that self defeating?
wait, hold on, but I'll just finish and you can tell me why it is. But anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah, so this was never like contended or whatever, but he literally just said that what's it called, so because blue has somehow a higher scattering value or something, so it's like no matter what the color is like at that point in time, like no matter what color is being like shown, it will still have like an aspect of blue. So he
Okay.
basically categorized the blue at night to be like dark blue, and the other positions that Skull brought up, he basically categorized them as some kind of blue because of some like
Okay.
it's like
Okay. Do you think purple has like do you think purple has some form of blue in it?
I mean, according to his argument, which went like
Well,
unchallenged, strong.
it would have some form of blue in it, right? But you wouldn't say it's blue, right? You'd say it's purple. It doesn't make fucking sense. What he's
I
saying
mean,
is retarded. Like,
yeah, I mean, it
like
is,
I wouldn't like I like
yeah,
all
but
like all
yeah,
not all. In fact, he's even wrong on that. By the way, red does
nah,
not
but
have any sort of tint of blue in it at
nah,
all.
but
Red does not have any sort of tint of blue in it
yeah,
because it's primary color. He's fucking
Nah, but
retarded. Anyway,
nah,
by the way, he
but,
cannot prove it to have a higher density when it comes to like
yeah, but
the scattered color hues. He
yeah,
cannot
but
prove that.
okay, now but Jay, now but like what happened was he made the claim, it went like uncontested, and yeah, of course, it's like
Also,
super.
I don't remember him ever claim about blue,
Huh?
blue having any sort of heavier weight. I just
No,
remember saying the sky is all blue, and I contested it by
no,
saying that his
yeah,
All right, let's say under this debate, it does have some sort of heavier thing, and that every single
no,
color
but
has some
Jay,
form. No, I'm just saying. Let's say everything has some form of blue in it, which is just like wrong within of its entirety. But we'll just say everything has some form of blue in it. That doesn't make it blue.
yeah, but Jay,
It
like
it,
what's
it
thing
doesn't
is,
it
no,
doesn't
no,
make it
no,
blue.
but
Which is
no,
what
but
which is what Skull's been saying the entire time. He says it doesn't have an inherent color. Regardless, blue is not the inherent color of the sky. It has
no, but
a greater thing, but it also succumbs to other like it also
yeah, but
succumbs to other
it's not
primary
like
colors that overtake it, which is what
Jay,
he's been saying the entire time.
yeah.
Jay, okay, Jay, hold on. But like, okay, so my perception of this debate is like, regardless of how we evaluate these guys' arguments, like as like I don't know us giving contentions or whatever, it's like Skull to me just categorized. Oh, sorry, yeah, he basically put the condition as however light scatters would be the color of the sky and whatever, and then Da said that okay, whatever way that light scatters, it will have like a gradient or an aspect of blue. So he basically categorized like any sort of different cat,
You can't
like
do
I don't
that.
know. Huh? What's up?
For one, no.
True.
No,
So that within of itself is self defeating because
yeah,
it doesn't attack the argument that the sky itself does not have an inherent color, but it's based
yeah,
upon the
but
light that the sun gives out, which he
yeah,
didn't attack.
but
So you can't say
no,
anything
but
there.
I,
no,
I
There's nothing else because we're not talking about the perception that we have of the sky. We're talking about whether the sky is objectively blue. The school provided the argument
yeah,
that it doesn't have an
but
inherent color and that it's
I
based off an
know.
external
Wait,
force.
hold on.
He turns around and goes, they all have an aspect of blue within of them. That doesn't make it inherently blue. That
Wait,
just
but
means like, it
no,
doesn't make sense.
no, no, but Jay, like, okay, so to me, like, before you gave, like, I don't know, like, clarification on this, but to me, it just seemed that, what's that called? He was basically placing this condition that however light scatters can be the color of the sky. So if, to me, the
that
condition in the debate was,
was
hold on, hold on. To
The
me, the
condition
condition,
the condition wasn't there that no
yeah,
he was making
hold on,
that
yeah, let me,
argument no I know what you're saying. It's just he was making that argument to put forward the condition that like or put forward the argument that the sky itself does not have an inherent color
but I
that
don't
it,
think, no, but I don't think he, like, I don't know, like, implied that. Okay, of course, he implied that, but I
I
don't
mean
think he
of course he implied it. I think that's no he directly said it.
I don't think
He said
he
the
did.
light. He said that the sky's color changes dependent on the what you call it, dependent on the way that the color refracts.
Yeah, but wait,
But
but
then
hold on.
and then
No,
he goes, so the sky itself does not have an actual color.
huh? No.
I
Wait. Did he? No, but
Yeah,
hold
he
on.
said he
Wait, but
turns around and says the light itself does,
yeah,
the sky itself does not have an actual color.
yeah, yeah.
It's
Oh,
based
okay.
on
I
the
remember
light
that.
from the sun.
No, but no, but J. If his base, okay, if the basis for his argument is that like okay, the light or whatever that differentiates, therefore the sky itself doesn't have an inherent color. And if Dar manages to like okay make the claim at least that like universalizes an aspect of blue in every like sort of differentiation, I it just seems to me that okay Dar is
Yeah,
attacking
but
like the
no,
which
he
is
is not attacking. Yeah, yeah,
oh
so
yeah,
he's so that doesn't work. That doesn't work because when we're referring to blue, we're talking about the primary color zone there, right? We're talking about the primary color that is being refracted by light.
yeah, but
That's
I
what we
don't
talk
okay
about
hold
with something being blue.
on.
You would say what
Wait,
color would you say what color would you say my profile picture is? What color would you say Goku's hair in it is?
now, but Jay, like when we talk about these primary colors and all, this was never brought up by Skull
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
debate. Like,
that's fine. That's
my
fine.
whole thing is,
What I'm saying is this doesn't help him. Like it doesn't help him at all because of this.
Okay,
If
you're
I go it's like a non sequitur. If skull goes, all right, so the sky itself doesn't have an actual color. It's based on an external source being the light that refracts color. He goes, my dick is
yeah.
hard. My dick is hard in refutation to that. Does that refute his point? No. So when
No,
he
but
says there's a tinge of
wait,
blue,
hold on.
or there's a part of blue in
Wait.
every single. I'm not done. I'm not done. Just wait. I'm saying when he says there's a tinge of blue, or there's a part of blue in every single like color, that doesn't matter because he says there's no color.
Okay, so okay now, so
He says
let
there's
me
no
finish.
inherent color.
Word,
Like
word, word.
there's no inherent
Now,
color, so it doesn't matter. The color
okay,
changes.
okay. Yeah.
And
So now,
he didn't attack the fact that the color changes. He just attacked that blue is in each color, which doesn't matter because when you talk about the color blue, you have to say that it's the primary reflected color when it comes to light. But
okay,
it's
wait.
not because
Okay, so
that's how we process what things are blue.
Jay,
I would say
yeah,
something is green if it has more of the green color tone than it does the blue color tone. Yet it still
okay,
has blue within of it. That's how
right.
that's how the argument is like.
Okay,
That's how the argument's going to turn out, and it doesn't work for it.
right, Jay. But so as I was saying, now let me finish as well, right? So
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
yeah. So if skull is so if skull's premise one, or at least yeah, if that's that, okay, the thing changes and the again like universalizes it, I think that like does attack the fucking thing if you don't bring up the whole primary color stuff. And I don't and like as far as this debate is gone, skull didn't bring up the primary color
You, d-
stuff.
you
So
don't
if
need to bring
he
up the primary color
no,
stuff.
no, but hold on.
I never brought it up as an attacking point. That's
Yeah, but
this
no,
first
you
part.
brought up,
I'm gonna
wait.
let you finish the rest. I'm just saying the first part doesn't like because I never brought up the primary color thing
No.
in my just given argument, and it still works.
Okay, cool. So, what was I saying? No, you okay. So I'll just say this. You brought up the primary color thing as like a reason for why Dhar's thing is like a non sequitur. You brought that up, like you brought up how blue works as a color, or how like okay, how we perceive or determine colors as
Oh,
a reason.
you're not talking about primary colors in red, yellow, blue. You're talking about primary colors as in the primary color hue that's refracted by light. Okay.
Yeah, what?
When you bring up that, that's still fine. It doesn't really like matter. I'm not
No,
gonna
but
lie
yeah,
because
no, but hold on, just give me a second. So, if Dar brings up something that like at least as long as Skull doesn't bring up how it's like irrelevant, I think it still seems to be relevant. I think that's completely fine to act as like I don't know, like a refutation to what Skull said. So like
I mean,
if we like okay, if we judge this as a non sequitur, we like we need for Skull to point it out and how it's a non sequitur. If he just doesn't point it out, I don't think we should do.
I don't really feel the need to do that because there's like a little thing where if I there's a little thing where he doesn't actually have to explain this in the same way I'm explaining it, but the argument he's given is that the sky doesn't have a color, right?
Mm, I
So
mean,
he starts with it's going it doesn't have an inherent color. So without this light, he wouldn't have a color. So he's saying regardless of what he's saying here, the sky itself, which is what they're arguing about, they're not talking about the sky with the sun. They're talking about the sky. He's saying
yeah.
the sky
Uh,
in a vacuum wouldn't have a color. So
okay.
if he says that, if he goes, oh well, in every color there's a tint of blue, or whatever, and he tries arguing that as to why it's blue, it doesn't matter because there's no color within the sky based on what Skull said.
Right.
Because and he didn't attack that.
Okay, yeah. So as far as he's like I don't know, formulated this or whatever. Okay, so his claim was yeah, the sky doesn't have a color or whatever. But his reasoning was like dependent on the colors of the sky or like the refraction of light, just differential.
Can I
So
talk?
Yeah, so he's saying so when he says that, he's saying the reason that the sky has a perceived color is because of the refraction of light. But now you got
yeah,
to
yeah,
think. Now you got to
but
think. What is the
that,
topic?
like,
Are we talking about the sky with the light as to whether it is objectively having a color, or are you talking about the sky itself, which is what the topic is? Is it the
no,
sky
but
is blue?
wait, no, but like okay, if
I
skulls,
for a
no, but if
second?
huh?
Can I just say something in my own debate for once? Because like I have some words to say that would probably clear up this whole dispute.
I mean, okay, I'll just say this one thing, right? Wait, what the fuck was I even saying? Yeah.
Let's say
So, like,
something.
okay, yeah, if he uses the difference in light as a basis, I think it just shifts the topic, right? I mean, okay, at least it shifts the claim that he's trying to make. It shifts it from like the sky itself, to like the sky with the light or whatever. Yeah, I think it's just like the reasoning he's using just shifts the claim.
That's not how that works.
Mm.
He's using the claim that the sky with light has color to support the fact that the sky itself does not have color, and that there is an external source that forces it
No,
to have one.
isn't he using?
So what he's doing is he's bringing it back to saying, he's going right. So light has different colors, or light refracts different colors that affects the sky's perceived color through the human eye. And he says,
Wait, but isn't he
but
saying?
the sky itself does not have an inherent color, which
No, but
means
wait.
that his whole thing is wrapped back to the fact that the sky itself does not have a color. So regardless of what Dar said, it does not attack what he said.
I mean, if he like okay, if the
He
symmetry,
brought up the idea of what Dar was trying to attack, but he didn't agree with it. That's the difference. Just bringing up something within a debate does not mean that is the topic you're talking about.
no,
You can
but
use it. You
wait,
can use it
no,
as a help to. You can use it as a help to stop that type of attack.
yeah, but okay, hold on. He's not using it as like a help or something. To me, it seems like he was using it as like the fundamental basis, right? So if like
Oh,
okay,
because
if
he
you're making,
disagreed. No, because he
huh?
disagreed. He turned
No,
around and goes. He disagreed by going. He went.
he
The
agreed.
light. The light. The color of the sky. The color of the
Wait,
sky that with the perceived color of the sky changes based on the light refraction. And he
wait,
says,
no,
but the sky itself does not have an inherent color.
wait, no,
So that last part of the sentence denounces Darman's position that, or he denounces the argument that they were talking about the sky with light, because he's
but
talking about the sky in a vacuum after.
Can I
nah, Jay.
just
Wait,
some
no, no, Skull, shut up. No, but Jay, he agreed, kind of like, what's it called? He literally said, regardless of perception, when Da was bringing up like the justification for the
Yeah,
perception
he's
being.
saying regardless of perception,
Yeah, no, 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 but wait,
which
hold on.
again helps his argument
No,
because
no, wait,
he's
wait,
going away from refracted light
wait,
perception through the eye.
wait.
He's
Jay,
going to
Jay,
the vacuum.
Jay, let
please,
me finish.
can you guys both be quiet for
Huh?
a second? Because I just want to
Okay,
be able to,
okay, yeah,
summarize the claim
yeah, no,
so we can
okay, you guys, yeah, you guys can recontinue.
Yeah,
I'll
you can
just like
continue.
type out.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah, repellent. We can not debate after this. I don't mind.
Yup, okay.
All right. I'll finally talk in my own domain. My
Hey, I
current
was saving you, gang.
my claim is that the sky does not have an inherent color. Its perceived color that we have, which is not its inherent color, is dependent on the light refracted through it, which originates from the sun. This proves that the sky itself has no color, but rather the way we perceive it is dependent on an external source. This external source is not the sky. So no matter how much blue it pumps into the sky, that wouldn't change the fact that the sky itself has no color.
So, so again, you said what I said. You said. I'm telling you, bro. Like they don't understand the arguments you're presenting. You need to explain them better. Honestly,
Wait,
if you'd have turned around and gone, the sky itself does not have an inherent color. The reason why it's perceived to have a color is because of the light refraction from the sun.
no,
If the light from the sun was not there, you would not perceive a color because there would be no refraction of color. So there
no.
is no color. So there is no color for the sky itself. Only perceived one placed upon it by an external source. If you just said that, we'd have no problem. But
Yeah.
because you said it in such a fuck boy way, I had to come in and explain it for you.
Shit.
Nah, but he only said whatever you said after you said it. So
No, he put it in my words after I said it. Sure, but
yeah,
he was still
exactly.
saying the same shit. Like, you know what I
I
mean?
By the
was
way, wait, just give me a second, Skull. Hey, who are you taking in the fucking case file thing? Like Lancelot versus case file? Like,
Who do you want to take?
I haven't read the case file. You have, so just let me know who
Uh,
you.
I would take Lancelot, but if you want to take Lancelot, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, I'll just give it a read. Oh yeah, you guys can continue.
All right.
Alright, so yeah, so I'll just concede because
What?
yeah, this is just turning my head now, and also I don't really care for Master Super Saiyan.
See now I told you like fucking Sky is Blue is a very bad case file because arguing for the negative is much easier than
Bro,
arguing.
what? You just.
Nah,
Alright, dog.
okay. What? No, wait, I never suggested this. Wait, you can ask Skull. I literally told him that's a bad case file.
This
I
isn't even
mean
a bad case file. It's not the worst case file. Yeah, the one you and
Nah,
me are about to do is the worst case file.
wait, let me read it.
I
I
think
would
it's
like address something that Paul could have
uh,
repeated. Like,
Nah, but Dar, you were rhetorically winning. I'll say this.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I
Yeah,
brought up
Skull was sounding so confused in his own words. Nah, it was fucking crazy, dude. He was like Doffy from like a while ago.
shut up. I just part of it was that I wanted to be able to talk in my own debate for once.
Yeah, you
You,
need to
you
start being able to